Go.
I'm going to.
Um,
Alright. I feel like there's like pounding and noise all around us.
There is.
Okay. Alright.
And you know, you may want
I'm
to
gonna start
you
off
may
with
want
that.
to start off with
Yeah,
that.
I'll start off with that. Hey, it's Jordan Rick, and it is Saturday, and we are kind of getting ready to start our day. If you're just watching for the first time, the reason that our house is covered in plastic, and some have even said looks like a crime scene, is because, some commented, is because our house was affected by the hurricane, and so we're in the middle of trying to get it back in shape. You'll probably also hear some pounding and hammering, drilling, that sort of stuff, because on all sides of us right now, there are construction crews working. So bear with us as we try and get through this video.
Yeah.
So we were talking this morning, we were trying to figure out what we wanted to talk about and what we wanted our next video to be. And we toyed with the idea of talking about our coming out stories and just, how it happened and how it all went down. But then we kind of started talking about how, as a gay couple and as the gay community, it's like you come out at some point. Well, I mean, most of us do, or a lot of us do. We did in our 20s, but I feel like we've had to come out repeatedly, weekly, daily, monthly, yearly. It's like we have to come out all the time. Whenever we encounter someone new, whenever, on our job, or a salesperson at a store that is kind of getting too much into our business, or I don't know. It's like it's something that you kind of feel like you constantly have to do as a gay couple or as a gay person. Seriously, think about it. When you're at work and you meet someone for the first time and they say, "Are you married?" What do you say?
People don't ask me that.
I get asked it. I'll be working on someone and I'll talk about, we this or we that, and someone will say, "Oh, so what's your wife's name?" or "Where does your wife work?" I know.
No one's ever asked me that.
Yeah. I get asked it from time to time, and I'll be with a patient or something, and someone will say, "Oh, so where does your wife work?" or "What does she do?" or something along that line. And then I have to stop and say,
You don't.
well,
I mean, do you always correct them, or do you
no.
just kind of go with it?
It kind of depends. I really kind of assess the situation. I feel like I want to be live very outward and kind of open, and I want to just always be like, "Oh, well, I am married, but I have a husband, not a wife." But the thing is, it's like we're in an area of Florida that isn't the most open-minded, and so it's like I'm kind of selective about who I share it with. I try to always be we live very out, but when it comes to my job, it's like I try to find a balance with that, because I can't.
I mean, not with your coworkers and bosses. It's
No,
your patients
not with all
and
of
that kind
them.
of stuff.
It's just if I have some patient that is very rural and I feel like I have absolutely nothing to gain, and it could be detrimental and has nothing to do with the time that I'm going to be spending with them, maybe not. But but for the most part, most everyone knows. One of our biggest pet peeves is when someone says, "Are you two brothers?" Like, that's not weird. Are you brothers?
It is weird.
I don't think my mom and my dad, or my mom and stepdad, dad and stepmom, I don't think anyone's probably ever said, "Oh, are you brother and sister?" They just assume it's a married couple.
Right.
Like, if you see a man and a woman together, you just assume it's a married couple. But people ask us all the time, "Oh, are you brothers?"
Yeah.
My favorite, though, is when you say, somebody will say, "Are you married?" or, whatever. And then they find out that, "Yes, I'm married, but I'm married to a man." And then their response is, "Oh, that's okay." And I'm like, "Yeah, it is. It's okay. I know. You don't have to tell me. I'm
okay with it.
Yeah,
that's okay.
No, that's okay.
Cool, though.
Well, that's fine. No, it's fine.
I get that.
It's fine." And I'm like, "Oh, all right."
It would almost be more accepted that, if you had a lady that never got married, as compared to a lady that
that
was
is
a
very
lesbian.
true.
Do you know what I mean? In our area, I feel like that would be more we know she never got married. And
Well-
it's like, okay, well that makes sense. She's just, she's just who
But
she
the
is.
one thing that I think is so funny is that you could have it. Well, I don't want to I don't want this to come off like I'm saying something about people that are like very feminine, because
You are.
a little bit. No, but here's the thing. The one thing that about the gay community is it's like there's so many kind of like areas of the gay community that people can kind of fit into, and different kind of subcategories of that. And we've always been like, I really think that we should celebrate all, whether someone is super masculine, hyper masculine, or extremely feminine. It's like we love and accept every single one of those people. But what's funny to me is that there are people that we know that are extremely feminine, and still somebody could say, no, you. No,
How about you?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, joke's on you.
All right, it's actually you. Now, there are people that we know that are extremely feminine, and there's still someone that's going to say, "Oh, is he married?" or ask about like if he's gotten married or had kids, or it's kind of like the person asking must live in a cave or something. That in 2019, they don't get that this person, and really, it's none of their business. I mean,
No,
it's
not.
I mean, at the end of the day, none of this is anyone's business. So that's the other thing that baffles me too, is that, you're checking out somewhere at a grocery store, and the person behind the counter, or at any store, and someone says, "Oh, are you brothers? Oh, are you twins?" Twins? I'm 5 years older, and I have gray and silver hair. Natural. It is natural.
And
It's just
and I
no, it's
have brown
crazy to me.
hair, not natural. Because mine's gray too,
Well,
in spots.
I don't think that like straight friends and relatives ever have a point where they're not like so proud to be like, "Oh yeah, no, I'm married, and this is my husband, and this is my wife," or whatever. And it's like, I feel like as gay people, it's like we need to do the same thing. It's like we need to always kind of be
and
that
it's not
proud.
that,
and that.
it's not that we don't.
No, we do. I feel like I need to make better efforts to live as out and as kind of open as I possibly can, because I just feel like it's important that it's important that we represent for our community, and I feel like it's important that people see, I don't know, just normal couples doing normal things, and it just happens to be that it's a same-sex couple. Unapologetic, no excuses, because at the end of the day,
everyone should be, and everyone should
No,
be
everyone
proud
should be.
to be who they are.
yeah. That's it for now. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. That was good?
That was good.
All right. If you're watching this on Netflix, if you're watching this on Netflix, our new show on Netflix.
Let us know, because we have no idea.
That was a slip. If you're watching this on Instagram, make sure you turn on notifications so you don't miss anything. And if you're watching this on YouTube, subscribe. And I don't know are there notifications on YouTube? I mean, I get notifications if someone says like comments or something, but I don't know if like you can turn on notifications.
I'm sure it's just like anything
I think
else.
it just comes up.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's not what she said.
She didn't say that.
She did not say that. I don't know. That's so weird. It's like,
Like kissing cousins?
no. Maybe we need to like kind of come to a point.
Okay. What is the point with all that stuff?
What is the point?
What is the point?
But what's the point?
I don't know that there is a point with it.
No, there is.
Here, if there's things that, if there are things that like,
Long pause.
I can't think, and then like I get to the point, and then there's nothing. It's like walking into a room and the lights
It's
on.
like
I'm like this.
Pause.
I'm like this.
Pause.
Where's the point?
Spit it
I
out.
have no point.
Land the plane.
And
Yeah, it's too much. Like
I know.
I think we're both getting too deep.
yeah, it shouldn't
I
be
don't know.
this. It shouldn't be this deep. It should just be funny stuff that people laugh at, because that's what they really want.
Well,
I could say something about like how like at my work, it's like I really don't deal with patients, you know, like
yeah,
in front of
you
you, but like I deal with people on the phone. And a lot of people on the phone, like they will call me
Well-
like a woman, and a lot of times I just go with it. Like 100%. If
You
I
don't
work,
correct them?
if I, no. If I'm working
I
with,
guess that's kind of
I
it.
think that you were gonna ask me a question.
What was I gonna ask you?
I felt like you were asking me a question, but then you answered it yourself.
What?
I have no idea. You're like, and what do you think? And you're like, and then I think.
No.
I'm like, oh God.
Well, that makes sense.
You probably need to get some of that brain stuff.
Something to
Stimulate.
help with mental clarity. I didn't take it, so I don't have mental clarity today.
And I've forgotten.
The other day I took it and I got sick to my stomach, and I'm pretty sure that
I don't
was
think
like,
it was that. I really
like it
don't.
was too much for my brain to handle.
I think.
That was loud.
Let's look. Let's think.
Yes. You think we should kiss?
Like men?
Yeah, men kissing. Like men kissing.
On the mouth.
With his clothes off.
On the mouth.
You still attracted with his clothes off?
And she's like, no.
She's like,
No.
oh.
No.
No, that was really weird. It was like, no, that was really
Don't
weird.
do it again. Why don't you just kiss me
Why
on
don't-
my
no,
cheek?
just go like
and then I'll be
this.
like,
No. Come here.
shit.
Hold
See,
on.
there we go.
No, I feel like that's not really enough.
So you can tell.
No, I don't want that. I don't want it to be like you're kissing your grandpa.
I don't kiss my grandma on
You
the
kiss
mouth.
my grandpa on the mouth. I guess that's it. Like, I mean, I guess that's really it.